Hi, Jyll Hoyrup here. So happy to have you join me for 3 ways to ignite your intuition right now. So intuition is a knowing or a sense of something that has no rational thought behind it. I call them flybys of information that just fly by. You don't know why you're getting it, but it's just random bits of information. So everybody is intuitive. You are intuitive. You may not know it, you may not believe it, you may not think it's for you. It's not just mother's intuition, it's everyone's intuition. And part of our issue with intuition is we don't recognize it when it's happening. And so that's what I'm here to help you do. So I teach 5 types of intuition. And the first one is clairvoyance, which is clear seeing. Then clairaudience, clear hearing. Clairsentience, clear feeling. Claircognizance, clear knowing. And clairempathy, which is like regular empathy on steroids. It's feeling other people's thoughts and emotions, but also it's feeling animals, feeling nature, feeling the environment, feeling planetary retrogrades and phases. It's feeling the bigger picture. It's feeling energy. It's feeling vibration. It's feeling frequency. It's feeling everything. So if you are sensitive and if you feel really bogged down with energy, you are likely a clear empath and need to clear other people's energy off of you so you can be in your own energy bubble. That's a story for another time. So the first step in igniting your intuition is to want to, okay? And by doing that, you're going to set an intention. You're setting an intention with God, the universe, your spirit guides, the angels, whoever, whatever you believe in and want to include. And you're going to ask them to activate and show you and bring you into awareness of your intuitive gifts, okay? The second part of this is to start getting quiet. You want to start really working with some silence every day, about 60 minutes, okay? What silence will do is it will open you up to actually being able to notice the impressions and notice everything. Our world is really loud right now with media, not just media, like social media, videos, TV, music, everything, your ringtone on your phone, everything is noise. So I highly recommend shutting everything off and being quiet. An example of how this can be done, I started commuting to work, 60 minutes, round trip, in silence. I turned off my favorite leadership tapes. Yes, I listen to tapes. And I would be in silence. And wouldn't you know it, I started hearing my guides talk to me. I started getting more impressions and in different ways than normal, right? So anything you can do to be silent. If you want to go ahead and do a 15-minute meditation or something, you can do that too. But I'm mostly talking about navigating your regular life, but in silence, okay? So it's going to be a little different, but play with it and see how it works for you. Step number 2 is start noticing. You're going to want to start noticing impressions that you get with the various clairs, okay? So what are you seeing? Are you seeing images? Are you seeing colors? Are you seeing energy grids? Are you seeing spiritual beings? Are you seeing things show up like a movie? Are you seeing premonitions, things that you see and then in real life they happen? What are you seeing? Secondly, what are you hearing? Are you hearing voices? Are you hearing spirit guides? Are you hearing words? I hear words all the time. I hear my guides talk to me. Are you hearing tones, frequencies, vibration? What are you hearing? What are you sensing? What are you feeling? I'm not talking about your feelings. I'm talking about the feeling as it relates to a situation, or it's information that you're getting, feeling information about something or someone, okay? No, clear knowing. What are you knowing? A lot of times this will be, you just know somebody's lying. You just know your kid didn't do their homework. You just know that wasn't true. A lot of times that's the easiest one, but it can be other just random bits of, you just know, you don't know why you just know, and you're very strong and convinced that you know, okay? So clear empathy, it's not just feeling other people's feelings, but it's feeling the bigger picture. It's feeling energy. It's feeling frequency, vibration. You might be feeling what the collective is feeling. My mentor always tells me, you're picking up the collective energy. I forget about that. So you're going to start noticing what these feelings are. You feeling the pets around you, the people around you. Is it a retrograde thing? Is it a moon phase? You're going to start really feeling what it is, and is it yours? That's a little bit later on, but you're going to start noticing what you're feeling, what you're really picking up energetically. Another good example is you walk into a room and you can just feel the tension because maybe the people in the room were not getting along or something. So there's a feeling, you know that feeling, that energy where it feels a little prickly. All right. So the third way we're going to put this all together is while you're going ahead and noticing, you're going to start a intuition notebook. And I like to call it a vibe notebook because that's what I call my intuition, is vibes. So this vibe notebook is because what you don't track cannot get measured. So we need to track what we're getting in order to measure how our intuition is improving, how we're learning, how we are navigating it, what we're going to do with it, what it's going to mean to us. So from noticing, you are going to start creating your own intuition dictionary, your own intuition definitions, your own intuition symbolism and meanings behind everything that you're getting. A tree might mean something completely different to me than it means to you. Okay, as an example, right? Or when I feel this one certain way, it might mean this to me, but feeling the same thing might mean something else to you. So as you're writing your date and the impression, leave a little room because you're going to start noticing down the road if the intuition that you're getting is correct or incorrect. And the reason why you want to know this is to build trust and confidence in yourself, because it just feels really good when you're right, right? So, and it's not necessarily about being right or being wrong, but it's showing you that you are right. So when the opportunity arises down the road, you are going to be doing a check mark if it's correct or an X if it's incorrect. And there will be ways that you find this out down the road, okay? So as an example, I wanted to give you an example because it's such a good one. So here's my intuition book, and you'll see the date there, 11/19/2019. And I got this random strong feeling. So I noted what sense it was, okay? So other times I would write, I saw this, or I heard the word this, okay? Random strong feeling that I'll be back in Seattle August, September, October. And that would have been of 2020. So a little side note about me is I used my intuition in 2014 to move from Seattle to Belize. And it's a whole other great story for another time, but I literally used intuition to create my dream life. And there I was, living in a small village in Belize on the beach, doing this work. And I had recently moved at this time of this vibe. I just moved up from Belize to Mexico. Now, I had not been back in the US in 5 years on purpose. I had actually recently told my mom when she visited that I was not ever coming back to the States. There was no reason. It doesn't even matter if somebody dies. I'm not coming back. So I got this random vibe that I'd be back in Seattle, and I was like, what? It made no sense to me. I even asked a couple psychic friends what their vibe was on it, and they got it too, that I would be back in Seattle. Well, enter the pandemic. Guess who hightailed it back from Central America to Seattle in March of 2020? This girl. So hence my check mark. Yes, it happened. I had to dig this out recently and mark it. I had forgotten about the vibe. And so it was true. And I found it fascinating because as far as my logic was concerned, again, there was no reason I would ever be going back to the States. So anyway, that is how your intuition can start unraveling for you. And the goal of intuition, I feel like the goal of intuition is so you can live your authentic life. So you can live your life using what intuition, your soul wisdom, and you can come from that place inside of you where you're making the best and most highest good decisions for yourself and navigating your life in a way that makes sense to you and that feels good to you. And that is why I ended up in Belize for 5 years. So please, please, please just try this and be very diligent and consistent with it, because you'll start noticing things as your intuition unravels. You're going to be noticing the ways in which you are most intuitive. You might be all 5 of the clairs, you might be a couple of them. And I'd love to work with you more to tell you which ones you are. Stay tuned for the offer, because always join me on my live webinar and we'll go through this in more detail. So I can't wait to see you and work with you more.